Alright, folks, we're back again with another Naps Next Best each way. I'm going to be starting as Colour Sergeant. My nap yesterday won. Nice wee drift on it too, which is always good to see. My nap is Dark Raven in the bumper at Fairyhouse, trained by Willie Mullins. For me, it won't be beat. I know it's a bit of a short price of 5 to 6, but look, it absolutely destroyed the field on debut, and it wasn't a bad field on that day. A repeat of that should really see him winning here. There's not too much in the field. Maybe the one Jamie Codd's on Pat's Choice might give a bit of a challenge, but to me, I think Dark Raven's going to be far too good for it. This one's probably one for the tracker to keep an eye on over hurdles next year. I'd say it'll make a very good hurdling campaign next year. Moving on to my next best, I am going for Bapome in the 230 at Cork. I am taking on Petit Mouchoir, who's odds-on favourite here. I think there's much more to come from Bapome. He returned to hurdles last time out and stepped down considerably in trip and won with relative ease here at Cork, and is going over that trip again at Cork again. And yeah, 5 to 2 for me, it looks solid. I can see Petit Mouchoir being beat, and hopefully I'm right. Moving on to my each way, then I am gonna go for Cerberus in the 405, trained by Joseph O'Brien. Cerberus is 9 to 1 here, and I think that's a very good price. He looked like he'd have a huge future over hurdles and I suppose even fences going forward. He finished sixth in last year's Triumph Hurdle, and you'd expect him to have went on and maybe boosted that and gone on this year, but just hasn't been the case. He switched back to the flat and it just hasn't worked out at all. So it is, for me anyway, it's very good to see him go back over hurdles, and I'm hoping he goes well here at 9 to 1 and can get into the places. It's a tricky enough race. I know the likes of Coquelino's in it, and Coquelino will have a huge form boost. I'd say it'll get back to the hills if El Barro wins the first at Fairyhouse. But I'm hoping Cerberus can get into the places or even win.
Folks, just looking ahead to Sunday's racing, my nap of the day is going to be the Devil's Coachman in the 250 at Fairyhouse. Mark Walsh and Noel Meade was a leading fancy for the Supreme Novice Hurdle at Cheltenham, but Connections have actually chosen to go this route. He's only been beaten once in 5 starts, and that was when fifth behind Appreciated at Christmas. He has steadily improved after that and looks the type who could be even better on better ground. Takes plenty of beating here. My next best is a very interesting runner. It's for the connections of Jim Bulger and Rory Cleary over hurdles. It's Bold Approach in the 150 at Fairyhouse. Bold Approach, who's rated 95 in the level, with 6 of his last 7 runs coming in the dog. He was second to Tartlet last time, giving her £5, and that was a very strong run. If schooling has gone well at home, he must go close here in around 9 to 2. My each way in the day is going to be Mary Poppins in the 435 at Cork for James Motherway and Mikey Hamill. This 4-year-old filly really caught the eye at Naas last time in a competitive race behind Zephania. She was held up at the back of the field, made ground late, and looked like she just probably was given a wee bit too much to do on the day. She's massive pricing around 25s, 33s. I think she could run on into a place.
Well, folks, we're going to start today with my nap of the day. My nap is going to be the Devil's Coachman in the 250 at Fairyhouse. I think this lad would have been there or thereabouts if he had went to Cheltenham. They bypassed that to come here, obviously. They see this as an easier target, and that may be the case. There's a few on there that could get putted up there, like Master McShee, who was behind Appreciated as well, and the only time the Devil's Coachman has been beaten in 5 outings has been behind Appreciated as well at Leopardstown. So I think 7 to 4, good price, and he'll be my nap of the day. My next best bet of the day then is in the 350, the Colin Quinn BMW Novice Hurdle, Grade 2, Gentleman's Game, for Mouse Morris and Rachel Blackmore. Gentleman's Game was behind Gallard de Menil last time out at Leopardstown. Now Gallard de Menil went on and was runner-up to Bob Ollinger in the Ballymore. Again, Gentleman's Game skipped Cheltenham like Devil's Coachman, so this was obviously the plan from the start, and I see him having a massive chance here, and 11-8 is short enough value, but I think he should be hard beat. My each-way selection of the day is Balquito for Barry Connell and Mark Bulger in the 150. Ran a credible enough race on his previous outing, finishing 4th. A lot of this field are unraced and coming off the flat, so this lad having a wee bit of experience over hurdles could be key today, and he might just sneak into the placings. Some of them firms might offer for an extra place, 4 places or whatever, so you might even get 10 to 1 about him for 4 places. So each way value 12 to 1.